All right, let's get right into it. A lot of us are using GitHub Copilot every day, but here's the real question. Are we really getting the most out of it? Today, we're going to blow past the default settings and learn how to unlock its true power through some serious customization.
So, does this sound familiar to you? You have this incredible AI partner. It's powerful for sure, but it doesn't quite get your project, right? It doesn't know your coding style, your team's conventions. It just feels a little generic. Well, we are absolutely about to change that.
Okay, so to really take control, we first have to pop the hood and see what's going on underneath. See, every single time you send a message, Copilot is secretly building this detailed blueprint, a prompt, before it ever talks to the AI model. So let's pull back that curtain. You can think of it like a four-part recipe. First, Copilot starts with its core instructions. That's the system prompt. Then it gathers all the context about your project. That's the user prompt. It's only then that it adds your actual message. And finally, whatever the model says back gets added to its memory for the next round. This little sequence is our playground. It's where all the opportunities for customization are hiding. That first piece, the system prompt, think of this as the AI's permanent job description. It's got its core identity, the whole "you are an intelligent AI coding assistant" thing, along with a bunch of global rules it has to follow. This is the foundation everything else is built on.
Next up, Copilot builds the user prompt. Now, what's really cool about this part is it's all about your specific situation right now. It looks at your project's file structure, which files you have open, all that good stuff. This is what gives the AI the immediate context it needs to give you a smart answer instead of a generic one.
Okay, so now we understand the blueprint. The next logical question is, how do we start editing it? Let's dive into our customization toolkit and look at the actual control levers we can pull to make Copilot work exactly the way we want it to. Our first two big tools are custom instructions and prompt files, and the most important difference between them is where they inject their information. Custom instructions let you modify that core system prompt, perfect for high-level stuff about your project that should always be active. Prompt files, on the other hand, target the user prompt, which makes them perfect for specific, reusable commands you can call up whenever you need them. But what if you want to go even further? What if you want to give Copilot a whole new personality or a completely different workflow? Well, that's where custom agents come in. These things are powerful. They let you fundamentally override or add to Copilot's default behavior, giving it a totally new mission. So let's just quickly map this out on that blueprint we talked about. You can see how custom instructions and custom agents get injected right into the AI's core identity, the system prompt. But the content from your prompt files, that gets added to the more dynamic, context-specific user prompt. Seriously, understanding this one distinction is the key to picking the right tool for the job. Now, the best part is you don't have to build all this stuff from scratch. There is an incredible community resource out there. It's called the Awesome Copilot Repository, and it's basically a massive workshop just packed with pre-built tools to supercharge your entire experience. And just so you know, this isn't some tiny niche project. We're talking almost 28,000 stars on GitHub. This is a hugely popular, trusted, and active collection of resources made by developers for developers. It's the real deal. And just take a look at what's inside. You've got specialized agents, you've got instructions for enforcing coding standards, you have plugins that bundle everything up nicely for you, and even AI-powered GitHub Actions. It is an absolute goldmine. And getting started is ridiculously easy. For most of us, this awesome Copilot's marketplace is already registered, so you can literally install a powerful new plugin with just a single command, right there in your terminal. It couldn't be simpler. Okay, so let's put all the pieces together now. When you start combining all these tools, you really graduate from just being a user to becoming an architect of these really sophisticated, multi-step AI workflows. Let me show you what that actually looks like in practice. A true pro-level workflow can really be broken down into three main phases: plan, generate, and implement. Each of these steps is designed to use the right tool and, just as importantly, the right AI model for that specific job, which maximizes both the quality and your efficiency. First up, we plan. In this phase, you use a custom prompt file to call on a big, powerful, premium model. But you're not asking it to write code yet. Its only job is to think, to look at the code base, ask you smart questions, and map out a high-level strategic plan of attack. Okay, next up is generate. We're sticking with that same powerful model, but now it has a new mission. Take that beautiful plan it just created and write out all of the code needed to get it done. But, and this is key, it writes all that code into a single clean Markdown file, not directly into your project. And finally, the really clever part, implement. Now we switch to a custom agent that uses a much smaller, faster, and often free model. Its only job is to read that Markdown file and apply the code that's already been written, piece by piece. It's not thinking anymore, it's just executing the plan. So do you see the genius of this? This whole strategy lets you use the raw brainpower of a huge, expensive model for the critical thinking part, and then you switch to a small, cheap model to do the mechanical work. You get the best of both worlds, the brilliant ideas and the tireless worker. So there you have it. You've got the blueprint, you've got the tools, and you have a pro-level strategy. You're not just a user anymore. You're the conductor of an orchestra. You can direct the AI, tell it which instruments to use, and create something incredibly powerful. So the only question left is, what are you going to compose?